What it is, YouTube, it's your boy KB. We back with another reaction video, and today, this is Monday, so this is my second post for today. Today we're reacting to why Drake's career is now destroyed. For one, do y'all even think his career is destroyed after this whole situation with Kendrick Lamar? Let me know in the comment section, because I know there's a lot of speculation about that. But for me, I don't think it's destroyed yet. Bro still signed to Nike. He signed to one of the top brands in the world right now, so is it destroyed? I don't think so, but we don't really know the effects until months after. So we have the eviction, is what they're calling it. They destroyed Drake's career. Let's go ahead and get into it, bro. If you new here, like the video, hit the subscribe button, comment down below what I should react to next, and let's go ahead.
I think that people have been making fun of him for such a long time that he has really internalized all that. And that dictates the way he probably moves behind the scenes. Your girl, and your girl, and your girl, because you treated me like this. You think I wasn't cool enough. He's been holding a lot close to the chest.
A lot of in the industry do not try to everybody's. That is not true. You introduce him to your girl, extra friendly, smiling.
And he do that
exchanging
19,
numbers.
30, 40, 50, 60, and 70 times. And it ain't just rappers. The athletes, the actors, the golfers, the executives, the tech people.
What is the real issue with you in marriage? Now I got to dig in and see, what's your family like? Oh, your dad left you at 5. Oh, I get that. And he never walked you to the bus stop. You're mad about this.
Since the beginning of his career.
Hold on. They going to some deep-rooted shit right now, bro. I didn't think they were going to go crazy. I thought it was going to be on the surface. Now they saying, bro, there's something psychologically, mentally wrong with Drake right now, bro. They're saying that childhood trauma, that bullying that he went through, his parents, his father's abandonment, these are things that contribute to who he is as a person today, which is why he's trying to sleep with everyone's girl. It's kind of like Get Back. It's like in the movie, what is it called, bro? Chronicle, where the most powerful of the three of them, when they got that superpower, he just started going crazy because of all the bullying and, you know, the trauma that he faced as a child. He comes back with vengeance. That happens every time, bro. Especially with, I ain't anybody to go there, but y'all know what I'm saying, man.
Drake's relationship with women has always been at the forefront of his music. Whether his songs were about going through a breakup, occasionally depicting himself as sensitive, or outright portraying himself as a simp, Drake seemed to genuinely admire women. But over time, things drastically changed, until the point he morphed into the self-proclaimed certified lover boy. From venting his feelings of loneliness to an ex on Marvin's Room, through to accusations of rampant misogyny on the 21 Savage assisted Her Loss, even Drizzy's claim that the only woman he loves is his mom on God's Plan was a drastic departure from when he was actively trying to settle down. But where the good guy image was once intact and helped skyrocket his career to the top, that's long gone now and replaced with the perception that, as Kendrick said, Drizzy doesn't even like women. In fact, he only values them when it comes to sexual gratification and as a way to have a one-up on his enemies. And
Kendrick Lamar was really here. He's serving as the boogeyman to Drake's career, bro. There's no way around that shit. That's what he's here to do. He's here to seek and destroy. He's that cloud over Drake's head. He's that mismatched pair of socks in his drawer. He's that everything to Drake right now, bro. That's embarrassing, man. It's like Drake's image as a good person, like my man said, is completely altered, and that's all due. Well, I mean, we ain't gonna act like it hasn't been altering throughout his career, because there have been some situations that Drake has gone through that really puts a sour taste in people's, you know what I'm saying, in their mind about him. But Kendrick Lamar is really here to bring everything to the front, bring all those things to light.
He only values them when it comes to sexual gratification and as a way to have a one-up on his enemies and friends. In short, there's now a belief that Drake has a serious sex addiction, which has basically created the predicament he finds himself in today.
He presents himself as like this smart, composed, thoughtful businessman, but your friends' girls, you're not them for them, by the way. There's tons of bad. You're not just doing it to get a nut. You're your man. That's what you're doing. It sounds crazy, but that's what it's about. I'm gonna do something that I know that I'm gonna have over you.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Currently operating in a state that may fill a void inside him while deviating from the image that first made him successful, Drake has made it clear that he's not a one-woman man at this point in his life, nor does he plan to change that. And while that makes him no different from many other superstars, the problem for the Sixth God is that there's a feeling of spite and self-sabotage to how he goes about it that has nearly destroyed his career several times over. So, let's break down the roots of this addiction and how it's been hiding in plain sight for a long time now. When you pattern yourself as a ladies' man, it's really no surprise that you might ruffle some feathers or act impulsively when things don't go your way. Just look at what happened in the aftermath of Drake flying a fresh-faced Ice Spice out to OVO Fest, only to suddenly cut ties with her when it appeared he didn't get what he wanted out of it.
It's been speculated that Drake unfollowed you afterwards. Do you want to tell us some tea on that?
He did. I don't know why, though.
Shame on you, Drake. Shame on you. You shouldn't have done that.
Happy to ghost someone in an instant.
Drake, we know what you was trying to do, bro. That ain't even... Come on, man. Come on, man. You gonna fly her out. This was in the beginning of her career. She wasn't really... She had one hit song, 2 hit songs, maybe. I think she had one hit song at that point, and everybody was lusting her over her because of her music videos and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, we know what Drake was doing when he flew her out. What else? Y'all ain't gonna make a song. I ain't made a song yet. And she new to the game, so it ain't really... She didn't really have much feature value at that moment. Not to say that she doesn't now, which she absolutely does. Her career's going on. Congrats to her. But at that point in time, bro, he wasn't trying to do no music for real. Come on, man. We know what this was about.
Drake's objectives with up-and-comers like Ice come into focus when you see how much he prides himself on being a bachelor. So, when he doesn't get his way, his superstardom allows him to move in a way without any consequences. And this behavior was further highlighted in an interview with Angie Martinez, where French Montana basically lifted the lid on how Drake operates.
Yes. There's people with more reputation than me.
Drake is close, but you and Drake are friends.
Splash Bros. Snipe Squad. You know he gave me the Snipe Squad thing. 10 rules, 10 snipe commandments. Thou shalt not snipe a bro's ting. Thou shalt never pillow talk or discuss business with a ting. On any import from the United States, Canada, or any other region, thou shalt practice a maximum 3-day export rule to avoid frustration. You fly anybody in, give them 3 days so you can avoid frustration. 3 days maximum.
With Drake.
Yo, that's crazy, bro. The fact that I thought French Montana was joking when he said that, but there's literally a message that was sent to him, maybe in the email if Drake's that formal, maybe a Google Doc of a 10 commandment list of things that you must follow. And the first one is thou shalt not mess with another man's ting. Another man's girl, but what I just said sounds crazy though. And that's what he's notoriously known for. So bro's a hypocrite off rip. Damn, how do you sit there and make a type of commandment like that and put that as number one, as rule number one, but you go behind someone's back and do the exact same thing you would not want to happen to you? I don't get that shit. I don't get it, bro. It doesn't make any sense. Something's wrong with this man. It has to be at this point. We're getting all the signs, bro. We're getting all the signs that Drake is mentally ill, I think.
Basically retaining the mindset of a man in his 20s, it explains why Drizzy also doesn't care whose toes he steps on, including sniping someone else's ting. Take for instance the story of Naomi Sharon. Unlike Ice Spice, it's believed that she welcomed Drake's advances despite being in an 8-year relationship. To make matters worse, Drake had worked out with her then boyfriend just days before, only to later post an IG picture after the story broke captioned, "Without remorse." Dirty.
Now that right there, that's how you live your life. I ain't gonna lie. Imagine having the most beautiful supportive ever. With an engagement and wedding plan, a beautiful woman on your side is ready to die. A major opportunity comes in a world star, calls your fiance to sign a record that flies you both out. But also imagine the power of the universe that's sending them with the president. Yo, what? I didn't know about it. See, I'm kind of oblivious to the Drake. I'm being brought to the light about it now. I didn't really know about any of these situations until Kendrick started airing them out. Because I'm like everyone else, bro. I don't really care about what's going on behind the scenes. I'm always invested in the music and that's it. But some things need to be talked about. Like this situation with this man and his wife and then Drake doing what he did. That's bad person energy. That's just karma, bro. It's just karma, man. That's all it is, dog. You can't keep doing shit like this and expect it not to come back for your ass. It's gonna happen every time, dog. He's the spin.
Imagine having the most beautiful, supportive, and faithful relationship 8 years long with an engagement and wedding plan, her former fiance, Jamie Sun, said. Then this major opportunity comes and a world star calls your fiance to sign a record deal, flies you both over, and then, out of nowhere, all the trust has vanished with knives in your back and in your heart. I am no longer with the person people think I am together with. I am no longer with the 8 years I thought I was together with. With someone like Jamie participating in the music industry at a lower level, Drake clearly had no concerns when it came to trampling over his life to get what he wanted. But even though he got away with just a bit of reputational damage that time, recently, it's become clear that Drake's promise to French Montana about never getting involved with someone else's girl was just talk. Because when you look back, Drake has a habit of bringing women into almost all of his beefs with other rappers. And in the view of one of his biggest supporters and academics, this is where Drake has been a habitual line crosser.
I keep asking people and they're like, yo, listen, man, Drake's a little sloppy with it. All these guys, they share the same crop of girls. It's a thin line between like, yo, these are like the community chicks that we all and yo, you're doing certain to kind of like disrespect.
In Axe View, this has always been a key part of how Drake has operated, long before it led Future to call him a fan on We Don't Trust You. Case in point, just look at why his decade-long feud with CB started.
Whoa. Hold on, I just flew past what Ack was talking about. He was saying that Drake and his homies, they shared a crop of girls, right? For one, that's insanity. But they were also saying, like, even though the crop of girls that go, it's a crop of girls that go around, this man, he reaches out to homies and messes with their girls. So at that point, you're just doing it to hurt someone else. You're just simply doing that to be evil, man. And that's why he's in the same situation. He's in this predicament now, bro. He was doing it to be evil, and now that he is, and it's been recognized, it's coming back on him, bro. Crazy, man. This might be the beginning of the end for Drake, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Music's still fire. I ain't gonna lie, cause I still listen to his music. I'm guilty of that shit. But him as a person, him as a businessman, him as a brand in general, bro, it's going, it's downward right now, bro. It's negative.
I'm a fan on We Don't Trust You. Case in point, just look at why his decade-long feud with CB started.
Imagine how bold Drake was when Drake sends a bottle over there with a note that says, I'm the love of your life. That was supposedly the note. And right then, beef starts. So Drake is in the club, supposedly with Meek and some other people, and Chris Brown is there, and Drake sends a thing over to be like, I'm the love of your life.
Drake is a savage.
Yeah, you gotta keep going with Drake.
Back when Drake and Chris had some bad blood over Rihanna, the whole thing likely made things awkward at parties, but didn't really spill out onto record or really even enter the public consciousness at the time. But that hasn't always...
I don't know how true that is, though. Because if a nigga sends some... If somebody sends a note to you like that in the club saying that, how do you make amends with it? You don't. You just don't, bro. That is nasty work. I'm telling you, bro, that's the ultimate level of pettiness when you start messing with somebody's girl like that. And then you bragging about it like, bro, it just... But I almost had to stick somebody just now, boy. I almost had to push Drake on the screen just now. But I don't know if that's true, man. I just don't see someone getting over that and then making a hit song together. After bro was that disrespectful to him. Nah, no way. Hell no.
Always been the case. And much like his dispute over Princess Diana with Future, it was his decision to mess with other people's girls that led his ghostwriting scandal with Quentin Miller to come to light in the first place. In turn, creating a narrative that's haunted him ever since.
That's how the whole thing started with even the reference tracks. DJ Drama says, bro, he didn't write that. The guy in my studio in Atlanta, he recorded it and Drake just sang it over. That's how that starts. So two guys who thought Drake their chicks basically created that moment.
But while all of these incidents could have been damaging to his career, if you need to look at how far Drake will push it when it comes to women, look no further than him betraying his very own mentor when he was at his lowest. A story that was brought to light in a bar by Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, the allegations that Drake on Wayne's girl when he was in jail have actually been around for a while. And to Weezy's credit, he's done his best to shoot Drake some bail.
Oh, I wasn't worried about that. That's just how life goes when you locked up. She still be texting me and stuff, you know?
However, this is only one side of the real story.
Hey, no way. You could tell Wayne's whole reaction to that situation was fake as hell. He just wanted to dodge the beef. You know what I'm saying? He just wanted to dodge the confrontation. But you mess with somebody, girl, while they in jail, that's the... They had that lowest point, and you gonna go to his lover and mess around with her? Although that takes two to tango, you know what I'm saying? She has some fault in that too, but there's something that's more than what we see out here in public, man. These celebrities, they got different shit going on. I can't even begin the thought process of what they go through as men, as rich people in the industry, rich and famous people in the industry when it comes to women, bro. I don't know. We don't know. So it's everything's speculation, but that doesn't sound good at all. He messed with Wayne girl in jail. That was conniving. Then he went and got his face tatted like apologizing.
story that never gets reported. Because as Weezy disclosed in his autobiography, this actually took a real toll on him. As a man, he wrote, "I woke up still feeling messed up about the f***ed up day that I had. Hell is what it was. I'm used to arguing with my girl on a daily basis, but finding out that she'd messed with Drake was the absolute worst thing I could have found out. Seemingly happy to backstab one of the people who had done the most for his career, this would point to the sheer depths of Drake's issues when it comes to his addiction. But as for how Drake's addiction manifested in the first place, there's a couple of theories, but both boil down to the same thing. It's his way of getting back at the tough times in his youth, or proving everyone wrong who doubted that a suburban Jewish kid from Toronto could make it big in hip-hop. And during an in-depth conversation on the Joe Budden podcast, they weighed in on how people's perceptions of him influenced his tendency to forget his loyalties and go after women who should be off limits.
Let's have a real conversation about how talk about Drake behind the scenes and how people in the industry talk about Drake and how they view him. View Drake like he's a corny who grew up not getting no and now he got money and now he's able to afford that, right?
Left with a deficit he's now trying to make up for, this explains some of the recklessness in how Drake pursues women. Because for him, it's personal, and a way to further assert his place at the top.
Bottom line is, most of these in the industry that have grown up a certain way don't like that this moves in the fashion he moved because they never had a respect for him.
You just said that a lot of...
I think that's kind of true too, though. I think that's true, bruh. Because Drake was always treated as the corny dude from Degrassi, whatever the hell it's called. Since the beginning of his career, that could be because of his skin complexion, that could be because of how he rapped or sang on the beat. I don't know what it is, but bruh has always been bullied, kind of, from everyone in the industry. And now that he's on top, this is his way of looking down and saying, like, bro, I'm really him. Like, y'all can't say shit about me, no matter. And what's funny, even though he's at the top spot, he's still getting rained on by people. Like, isn't that wild? He's at the top spot, but he's still getting treated as the corny dude. And this is just further justifying why people were calling you corny. It wasn't because of how you look, it's because of the way you move as a person in general. He deserved that, low-key, I ain't gonna lie, man. Now, in the beginning, when he was doing what he was doing as a newer artist, and people were just judging him based upon how his music sounded, okay, I could kind of resonate with why you would feel the way that you feel. It's like, bro, y'all bullying me because of my appearance and how my music sounds. But in reality, it sounds fine, and people were hopping on the way. But your actions of how you treat these people is why you're in the position that you're in right now. And I'm understanding that. I didn't know that before, though. I honestly didn't. Because I wasn't really that involved in this shit.
The industry do that. A lot of in the industry do not try to everybody's. That is not true. You introduce them to your girl, extra friendly, smiling.
And he do that
exchanging numbers
19, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70 times. And it ain't just rappers. The athletes, the actors, the golfers, the executives, the tech people.
The difference is you might be more comfortable being way more vocal about that you never respected than the other.
While Joe Budden thinks that this is all about how he's been treated in the game and is now trying to get back, others feel it goes deeper than just rap. According to Nadeska and Ebro, it goes back to how he's been treated by the world as a whole, not just the industry. Because when the world has looked down on him or made him a figure of sad boy memes, being the guy who could steal your girl in a moment's notice is his way of proving himself as the star he always saw himself as.
I think that people have been making fun of him for such a long time that he has really internalized all that. And that dictates the way he probably moves behind the scenes. I'm your girl, and you're a girl, and you're a girl, because you treated me like this. You think I wasn't cool enough. He's been holding a lot close to the chest.
Due to social media and people listing all of the people, it was like a list of 40 people that Drake either has problems or has had problems with. Right. The women, the men, the women have decided to be with. At a certain point, you start going, wait, it can't be everybody else, bro.
But above all, it's not just...
Hey, that's the #1 way to lose your life or to lose someone's respect is if you try to mess with or deal with a girl. I mean, it's pretty simple. But Drake, like they said, man, he's a victim of bullying to an extent. But I mean, as a grown man, as a grown 37-year-old, bro, the things that he's being accused of is something a grown-ass man should not be doing. Let me clear the air right now, bro. I don't give a damn if you been, bro, you a grown ass man, you talking about being bullied at a point. You gotta figure out how to stick up for yourself. And Drake sleeping with other people's girls is how he stuck up for himself. So maybe I ain't got no point then. I'm gonna just keep watching the video, bro.
It's Drake's obvious over-reliance on sex that's the issue, nor even his ruthless backstabbing of his enemies. The real problem is how his behavior and personal circumstances have shaped a negative attitude towards women that threatens to be his downfall. Because from Pusha T to Kendrick Lamar, every time that he's been forced to take an L in a battle is when he comes at someone's spouse or fiance. And in Pusha's view, this goes all the way back to the trials and tribulations of his youth.
Now I gotta dig deeper. What is the real issue with you and marriage? Now I gotta dig in and see, what's your family like? Oh, your dad left you at 5. Oh, I get that. He never walked you to the bus stop. You're mad about this.
Left without a strong role model and instead given a father who's still chasing girls himself to this day in a slightly creepy way, it explains why Drake thinks nothing who's still chasing.
You think you're going to Drake's party but get Dennis instead in 2019? Oh, that's Drake's dad.
Chasing girls himself to this day in a slightly creepy way, it explains why Drake thinks nothing of getting involved with someone else's girl, nor discrediting someone else's wife. While for someone like Pusha, Kendrick, or even A$AP Rocky, who adopted the Drizzy beef after lines about his wife from For All the Dogs, this wouldn't be an option. In turn, creating the sense that Drake may have plenty of relationships with women, but doesn't ultimately respect them. Left embarrassed by his own actions and with his peers now calling him out, Drake's gotten a serious wake-up call to change his ways. Because if he doesn't, this addiction might destroy his career, his legacy, and maybe even his life.
Ooh, boy. That right there, boy. That's it right there, man. I have no more words after that. I think I'm really learning and understanding who Drake is as a person, and he's the most toxic. But I will say this. When you get bullied and bullied and bullied throughout an industry where you're striving in, it's just a lack of respect at a point. It's like, bro, if you see someone doing this well, but you still talking about how he's soft for singing on beats, of course no one's gonna take like that. How do you come out of that? I don't know, man. I don't know. But I do think Drake is crazy for what he's doing with people's girls. That's not the. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Let's be grown-ups about this situation, bro. You ain't gotta chase somebody's girl. You shit, fight them. Throw bottles like you did with Chris Brown in the club. Don't sit no bottle over them saying I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. That's the worst way to do it. Well, man, that's my reaction, bro. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe, or leave a comment down below of what I should react to next. And until next time, make sure to let yourself know nobody well. Peace. And check grease.